Hi. Let's talk a little bit about the newest project here that's going to be happening in the guest room studio, or the loft, or whatever we're going to be calling it now. Hopefully as summer comes things get moving. But this is my 1965 or 66 blackface Fender Champ. It's like a 5-watt amplifier, single-ended, Class A style. Great amp. I bought it out in State College many years ago, and I've just always loved it. But the speaker is not original, and the speaker farts out pretty bad at high volumes. So I've been wanting to do for quite a few years is do something like an extension cabinet or something else to modify this while not affecting any of the classic vintage charm. And so finally, I just made a purchase here, and what came in the mail is a 10-inch to replace the 8-inch. This is a 4-ohm speaker. It's the Jensen P10R, so it's meant to be like a reissue of the old Bassman or maybe an old Princeton style Fender amp. Kind of an American amp style speaker, but I guess they make them in Italy now. I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on the reissues, but they're supposed to be, I think, decent for what I need. So I'm stepping from 8 inches to 10 inches, a little better power handling, and what I'm just hoping is it can handle the bass. I don't expect less bass, I just want tighter bass from a speaker that can take a little more oomph there. So my plan is to build a new cabinet. Nice box joints and remount the amplifier, and that's just not going to happen for a while yet because I got way too many things going on. But this speaker came in a really heavy-duty box inside of a box. So I'm trying to decide how I'm going to start to scratch this itch. And I decided, could I build a speaker box out of a speaker box? This is what I wanted to check out. So this is a double cardboard box. It actually had the box the speaker came in, and it was packed in a box for shipping. And so far where I'm at is I drew a couple diagonals across to find the center. I marked the center, scribed out a hole. Turns out for a 10-inch speaker you want a 9-inch hole, and then the 10 inches is all the way to the edge of the speaker frame. So technically it's a 9-inch, and if you took off the surround, it's probably actually an 8-inch paper cone with a surround. It's a whatever, who cares? But it's a 10-inch speaker. It's a size up from what I had before, and so I've done so far is I've gotten it in there. I've got the speaker on and marked where I'm going to drill out for the mounting holes. So free, basically. I have a name badge for it. Extension wires. Eventually, when it's all built up, I probably get it all in one box together like a combo again, and I'll use the wires from the amp. But I have wires to extend. I have some... Oh, hang on. From the hardware store. Male and female lugs to extend the wire. I have a pair of them. The other one's not coming out. Oh, there they are. And I went ahead and got a few other bits of hardware. Washers, Phillips panhead, machine screws, and washers and stuff like that. So here's what's going to happen now. Maybe not today, but I'm going to start this. Drill 6 holes. Get that speaker mounted. Detach the wires here. Double check the polarity. And wire this thing up. Like, I don't know. Am I crazy? My point of view is I really don't care if the cardboard extension doesn't work nicely. I want to start breaking this speaker in so that when I mount it in a proper combo and make it all look nice and do whatever treatment I do, I want to do nice box joints and make it all nice and make it, you know, kind of blackface style. But you can't quite fit the 10 in here from what I understand. And I don't want to modify this to make it work. I'd rather just build a box and detach and put the amp in there. So anyway, I don't know. That's where I'm heading with this, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious what this whole thing becomes. And I'm also kind of curious, does the cardboard extension cab actually sound possibly half decent? I'll be laughing like crazy if it is. But I got that. It's going to have a custom, like, semi-open design back here. I want to keep enough flaps to keep it nice and rigid across the back. And honestly, the one thing I'm predicting is this sounds fine at low volumes. Probably even sounds better than the original speaker at middle volumes. What I expect though is when the volume gets high enough, the cardboard's going to flex and it's not going to project sound as efficiently as it should. So I am also thinking about reinforcing and just hot gluing some wooden ribs just to reinforce across the widest part of the four sides. But that's, you know, that's just silly. My prediction is this thing sounds fine just like this. Once it's mounted and just has a cardboard baffle that's like quadruple thickness, I think it's going to sound just fine. But I am predicting that at high volumes, if I put my hand on here, I might be feeling resonance coming off the box that might be harming the efficiency. But by then, maybe I have my cabinet built, maybe it doesn't matter. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I slap polyurethane on this thing and keep it as it is. I doubt it. But anyway, today I'm drilling some holes. Hopefully by tonight the wires are swapped over and I'll get some playing samples. There we go. Let's see where that little pile of junk leads me. Okay, so it's taken me a couple days to get this far. But I now have a quick release wire wired into my little Fender Champ here, and that can be quickly disconnected and put back to stock. And then I have my new 1x10 speaker box. So here's what I'm going to do then. I got that in there. I used, oh, I forget, what is that, number 8 machine screws with washer in the front, washer in the back, little hex nut on the back. And I put them in until they were just snug, and then like maybe one turn past snug, I watched the cardboard compress a little bit. I thought about reinforcing it, and I thought, no, I'm just going to snug them, put them on like that. This thing's not meant to be playing 120 decibels. So as long as it's snugged into the front there, I think that's going to do a good enough job for what it has to do that way. I still think if I dime out this little amp, that the box itself is going to start resonating. So I think I'm going to be really good there from like, on the volume, like 0 to 5 or 6. I still think if I get it up to 10 or 12, it's going to get pretty farty sounding. But that's a separate project for like summertime, to actually build a proper wooden cabinet and do all that stuff. I just want to start playing this thing. I want to get it broken in. I want to hear what it does. So I'm going to cut out and I'm going to go take this stuff up into the attic. The one room is pretty well cleaned up, but there's a carpet down. I don't know how good the acoustics are going to be. But what's going to happen is I'm going to stick an SM57 right in front of this. I'm going to stick an SM57 right in front of this. I might have a room mic to pick up room sounds, and I'll probably have the camera mic as well. We'll see what exactly happens. It's not ideal situations for filming up there, but here's what I want to get. I want to get both original 8-inch speaker, new 10-inch speaker, close mic'd, at low volume, medium volume, cranked volume, and then I think I want to do medium volume with an overdrive or with a distortion. Something like I have a modified tube screamer and I also have a modified rat pedal. The Texas Flood is a custom-made tube screamer, handmade by me. The Rat in a Cage is a custom-made rat. I come up with the clever names myself. And, oh, let's not forget my incredible SM57 ribbon microphone. Maybe you get a kick out of that. I don't know. All right. So the DAW is on and recording, whatever the SM58 gets. I'm going to probably also separately mix in the camera mic for some room sound. The room is not really treated except for a little bit of carpet. That's what it sounds like in here. And like I said, forgive me if I don't sync the audio so well. We'll see how it all goes. But I'm going to go clean, low volume, medium volume, high volume, overdrive, distortion. I think it'll be obvious which one's which. This is my first time hearing the new speaker. Love that sound, but that speaker's hurting a little bit. So that's on 10 through the 10-inch speaker. I don't feel guilty about that because it doesn't feel like that speaker's about to fart out and explode on me. Overdrive is a boost. Distortion, pretty loud. So I didn't really plan anything. Okay. So I'm not sure how that came across through everything there. Felt beefier to me on all the cleaner settings. I didn't feel guilty for pushing that speaker hard. With the Rat style pedal though, I felt like that speaker has way more mid-range, like a really growly, really upper mid-range presence to it. That the older speaker doesn't have. Now they're both paper cones, that's Alnico on this new one here. It's a reissue Alnico Jensen. I'm kind of wondering if this speaker mellows a little bit with age, because it really, those distortion harmonics in this room, it was sharp, it was bright sounding. I'm kind of curious to go back and listen to the audio from the SM57, kind of curious how that comes across. And I am curious to break this speaker in. That was also pretty darn loud, so some of the harmonics I'm catching in the room might be harmonics from being in a subpar cardboard box. Because I'm standing here feeling like at lower volumes it sounds great, but I also have to remember when I'm pushing that volume, it was just getting on the edge of painful. I'm betting right around 100 decibels in here probably. Close to it. Every bit in 90 to 100. That cardboard box is not adequate. So maybe that's what I'm hearing, or maybe this speaker really is a little sharp sounding. I'll take the volume down a little and try again. I wouldn't call that quiet bedroom level, but I can be in the room here with that level, and I don't feel quite as much of that mid-range harmonic jumping out and being piercing. I still think it's pretty upper midi. In closing on all this, I think what I'm feeling so far is hitting those big grunge low chords with distortion. This speaker's tighter. Hitting the neck pickup with that big clean Fender edge of breakup, clean but edge of breakup sound. Neck pickup, low strings. This new speaker's handling it way better from what I hear in the room. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I'm going to start breaking this speaker in. Take care. And I'm kind of curious how it's going to change.